like, no matter, like, what anybody was doing in school, though, like, smoking cigarettes or whatever, can't be as, like, cringy as, like, me and my friend in middle school when we thought it would be, like, super funny to Naruto run around the track. I brought that up.
Yeah, I think you brought that up in the Star Fox video, but look, you can talk about it again. Why not?
Yeah. It's just because I bring it up because it's so funny to me in hindsight. Because you're like, wouldn't it be so funny if we were like pretending to like run like Naruto? Everybody would know it's so funny.
The answer is no.
Instead, everybody's just like, look at those nerds.
Yeah,
nobody
like
else is on the joke.
It is. It's like, everybody thinks we're. Isn't that funny? I guess that has to be censored.
Yeah, I'll censor it. I'll censor it.
Yeah, you've done that like every video we've done.
Damn. I'm really proud of that one.
Somebody said that every video session, I think.
It's happened.
I'm gonna censor all these out. Nobody said yet. I'm really surprised.
We're getting a little free and loose now that we're not streaming live anymore.
We can
edit stuff out. We can say whatever we want.
Edit it out.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like anybody's like throwing around like any actual insults or anything either.
No.
Like
but
fucking some people. Right? You keep testing my patience, Mute. Killing these Pikmin.
You're just gonna start saying words and you don't even. You're gonna start saying shit, dude.
No.
It's gonna turn into a Call of Duty lobby in here.
Dude,
We don't need this. Guys, we're above this. We're better than this. Guys, I want y'all to leave the purity and sanctity of Pikmin alone.
Yeah. We gotta keep it nice and
pure.
pure.
We didn't have... I didn't know of anybody on, like, at high school that would, like, disappear to smoke cigarettes. I think it's just because it would be just so obvious, you know, smell like cigarettes.
Yeah.
But we did have a lot of football players in high school that would dip during lunch break. They would go to this,
I knew a guy that dipped in
There's this one bathroom in the back of the high school, the boys' bathroom, that looked the same as it did, like, when the high school was originally built in, like, the late 70s. It was like this green tile, and they called it going to visit the Emerald City. And it was just
so stupid.
During lunch breaks.
You brought that up before. I recognize
I've heard that before.
During lunch breaks and stuff like that, there would be some of the high school football players that would just go visit the Emerald City, and they'd just go in and they would just dip. they would just chaw and then like spit into the urinals.
See, it was weed for us because I went to high school in California when we were out there, and there was this one like little square bathroom that was just always smoke coming out, like all day, every day, just like smoke coming out of that bathroom.
That's awful though, dude. I knew a girl that she went to like in-school suspension. Did you guys have that at your school?
Like weekly?
Well,
every other week.
I mean,
oh, you mean just like did we have it? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we had it.
Yeah, I was there often.
Oh no.
She
too much Naruto running.
Yeah.
Too much cultural appropriation.
I mean, they put you there for stupid stuff, dude. They put you in the hole.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I think in my entire junior high and senior high career, I think I went to detention like twice.
I've only had detention
in
once.
High school. I got in a lot of trouble in middle school.
I had detention in elementary school. I don't even remember how. I don't remember how you can do that.
I remember I probably went a couple of times just because I was like late a bunch. I think after you get like 3 tardies, then you had to do like detention.
Well, you're born that way, man.
Late.
That's not fair.
Yeah, I know. It's really unfortunate that they would.
That took me a second. That made me laugh.
Like I'm already disabled, and now they're double disabling me.
Yeah.
I was like, poor tardy. What does that mean? That made me feel really stupid.
The only one that I remember in senior high was there was a teacher that I was, you know, on good terms with, like, you know, friendly with, and I made some sort of joke that was kind of, I guess, a little too disrespectful / they were in a bad mood and they weren't having it, and they were just like, they're like, I'm writing you up, and I was like, what? Like any other day of the week, any other day of the year, it would have been fine, but I guess it just like crossed the line. They were having a bad day. And yeah, it was. I don't even remember what I said, what I did, but it was just like they just were like, not today, and I was like, uh-oh. But the only other time that I had one in junior high, it was the one and only fight that I ever was in school.
Man.
It was for the dumbest reason ever, too. It was one of those things that, like, it's super important at the time when you're 8th grade to, like, stand up for yourself.
Right.
And the rules of wiffle ball state that you can't lead off.
Come on.
In intramurals. And this guy was leading off on first base. He was leading off, and I was like, God, this is intramurals. We're playing in, like, second period. Like, this isn't even, like, after school. This is, like... and but I was just annoyed, and the teacher slash football coach that was like heading up a class full of like 60 8th grade boys and trying to just like wrangle them all together was just like, let's just play wiffle ball. Wasn't saying anything about it, and I just kind of like pushed him back. I was like, you got to stay on first base. You're cheating. And he pushed me back, and then I pushed him, and then we wound up like throwing hands and like wrestling on the ground for a few seconds before the guy finally broke up the fight and sent us to the principal's office.
You know that guy was taking a big draw of his cigarette and rolling his eyes and sighing, walking over to these kids fighting over wiffle ball.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That is kind of cool.
I just wanted, look, from a very early age, I just wanted a sense of fairness and justice. As a middle child.
You wanted to go to sleep at night knowing that justice was in the world.
That's all I wanted.
Right.
I just wanted
basically
equal.
Batman.
I just wanted equality. I just wanted fairness. That's all I wanted.
Bro.
Dude, did y'all ever have any of those buckyballs that eventually got banned?
That sounds
that?
vaguely
You know what I'm-
familiar.
There was just like a bunch of like magnets.
Oh, thanks, game.
Like, there was just a bunch of like just magnet kind of ball bearings that you could put together into these long shapes, but they eventually had to stop selling them. They banned them because kids were swallowing them.
Yeah,
and
they were
then
getting
the
stuck.
magnets.
Yeah.
Well, the magnets would pinch together and pinch their like intestines together.
Are those the ones
Hell
where you
yeah.
throw up in the air and they make that cool noise?
Oh no, those are, I forgot what those are called, but I had some of those too. Yeah.
I used to have a bunch of
Those
those.
were before
Like
fidget
magnetic
spinners.
bean
There were
things.
those. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
those little clacky sticks.
Did you guys have
I used to
Weeble
like
Wobbles?
pinch my tongue with those.
Ooh.
And it hurt. And I went,
I did
"Ow,"
not.
and then I'd do it again.
I did not have a
It was
Weeble Wobble.
What about
were you saying, Gordon?
Fushigi?
What is it? Oh no, I did not have a fushigi. It wasn't until I was in college that I saw Labyrinth, and yeah, I didn't care for it. Oh, that dude's exploding violently and then dropping a bunch of prizes. It's like a pinata monster. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, the computer. Or satellite or something, I don't know.
It's something we need. He had it and we took it from the natives.
Yeah, from the natives. Don't turn it into that.
I mean, it was originally ours. He stole it from us.
Yeah.
And we can't allow them to evolve and have our technology. You know, we got to stick with the Prime Directive. Oh, this guy's going to get it. Boom.
Stupid.
You get 2 shots.
Actually, let's kill this one the old-fashioned way. Okay. Look this way. Look this way.
Yep, fisticuffs.
Look this way. Poor guy.
Oh my god. He's gonna burn him!
Oh! Okay. That flame I thought was going to be... Oh yeah, I forgot the red ones are immune to fire. I was...
Yeah.
You're scared?
I forgot you were
getting scared.
Pikmin to put the fire out.
I was forgetting the basic premise of this, of the different colors have different things that they do, and I thought that you were about to lose half of your army right there.
Dordo was about to scream.
Yeah. Scream and throw his monitor out the window. He's about to need a drag on that cigarette, that masked man that is standing under his window.
You used to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, I
didn't you,
reach out
Dordo?
the window. What's up?
You used to smoke cigarettes. You used to smoke,
Like for 2 months.
yeah, what were they? American Spirits. Right?
Oh yeah, American Spirits are so good. Yeah.
And you were like, nah, this isn't who I want to be.
Oh, it was just too expensive.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Those things are like fucking $8 a pack. Are you kidding me?
they're like
Fuck
they're
that.
like $12 or $13 a pack now. I don't know, dude. Like if I was
Think of
gonna
all the money
smoke, that's
you've
probably what I
saved.
would smoke.
Think of all the
'cause
money
they're just
that
like
you've saved that
tobacco.
could then go into simping for a booba streamer.
Yeah,
Right, I
yeah.
can go into black tar heroin instead.
Cut back on your VTuber money and
real high.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw a guy one time on like Reddit. He was promoting his YouTube channel, and he was like, I upload one new video for every new Patreon subscriber. I was like, dude, that is awful.
Damn.
Yeah, wow. I can't imagine what would be hilarious if he had a huge influx and it's like, you owe us 138 videos, chop chop.
Right.
Get working. Yeah, that's not a great business model.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
no,
a person
that
that
guy was
actually
stupid.
doesn't. He's not in it for the.
It was
for the love
like
of the game.
it was like before AI came out, so all he was doing was taking like still images and like animating them like really shittily. You know, I don't. It's just kind of weird, like doing like the animation and like transform tool on them.
Can we stop doing actual commentary over our videos and just start doing like AI generated voices?
We should do that. We should do that.
Yeah, I think we've uploaded a total of what, 8 videos. That's plenty of
Phonetic stuff.
of information for some sort of AI generative model to then just, you know, create an infinite number of videos for
Can we
us.
do that?
How long do you think it's gonna be until people start doing that?
Now.
Like just making
People do it now.
already do that for like characters from TV shows and stuff. I wonder when like when is Game Grumps just gonna be like, fuck this, and just start like using AI to like do playthroughs?
There's a full AI VTuber. She's completely AI.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's her name, like Nero-sama or something?
I don't know. What we should do is we should do AI of ourselves, and then we have a 6-man game going.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
I was about to say, that we should have
That would be kind
copies
of
of
cool.
those
That would be kind of
clones
cool.
to interact with.
Yeah. I think that would actually be kind of funny. Just having like AI Dordle talking over regular Dordle, and then they piss each other off.
I can't help it. I have thoughts and I gotta get them out.
I just imagine just like I'll unplug you. Just quit
Otherwise, my
cutting me
brain will
off.
explode.
Yeah.
it fills up with air, and I get a headache.
I don't have enough for this. I don't have enough for this. Never mind. I forgot. I only have like
gather your Pikmin.
I only have like 10 yellow Pikmin.
Dude, you're like 10 miles away from home base. You're not gonna make it.
I made it.
It's okay. As long as they're with him, they
Yeah,
survive.
yeah,
Okay.
it's cool. It's cool.
Oh, that's as long as Daddy Olimar is there to protect them.
The Pikmin can either be
colors
by
of
the
Pikmin
onions
will
or with
not
me.
mix with each other.
You know, they don't mix.
All right, everybody, segregate out.
Yeah. Split up.
I was gonna say we should just record the episodes normally and then just use AI to replicate all the things we said in the video. For
What
no
a
reason.
pain! What a pain! Yeah, that sounds awful. Babysitting an AI for that long. That's funny though.
Can you make mine sound like Tom Hanks? Thanks.
Tom Hanks, dude. Screw him.
Wow.
I hate Tom Hanks.
You got some thoughts? Okay.
Okay, you know, there's some celebrities that people actually just hate. You know, like that like
you
deserve
apparently
it.
hate Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good example. That's a good example.
So, you know, like there's people that, you know, that people actually hate. Like everybody hates Howard Stern. That's just part of being a human being, is hating Howard Stern. No, not the duck. Who's the duck?
Howard Stern the duck. Wait, it's just like Howard the duck.
Yeah. Freaking, it hit me like a nuclear bomb right in my spine, dude. What do you mean?
Oh man. Howard Stern the duck. What an incredible combination of two insane properties.
Yeah. So,
Oh, man.
Howard Stern, the man. The man.
Let's clarify. The man.
Yeah. Howard Stern, the guy.
I don't know things.
He's a piece of shit.
You have thoughts that need to get out of things that you don't know.
He's
That's
got
the thing.
captive
You
thoughts.
just 2 minutes ago were like, I have thoughts that need to get out, and then you say the most ignorant shit.
Mean.
You talk about like AI. You know, I think that's what my brain is. My brain is like a learning AI program.
I think my brain is melting out through my ears right now listening to you. Go ahead. Oh no, wait, mute. You gotta stop this, man. You gotta just power through this story about
It's
Howard
scary.
Stern.
Yeah, go for it.
I was in a voice call with a guy that I like kind of know the other day, and he's like, I'm from Chicago.
Howard Stern.
Yeah. He was like, I'm from Chicago, and then we started talking about Cincinnati, and then I talked with the mayor of Cincinnati. What is his name? The guy who had that TV show. Where all the trashy
Nah,
people get on and fight each other?
Dude, that's like every other TV show.
No, it's a specific one.
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer. So I started talking about Jerry Springer, and then all of a sudden I said, "Man, I hate Howard Stern." And he said, "Fuck Howard Stern! I fucking hate Howard Stern." He started getting mad. It was great. Beautiful story that got eclipsed by Dordle not knowing who Howard Stern was and thinking he was a duck.
I still know who Howard Stern is. Did he do something? Why do you hate Howard Stern?
He's a radio host that just does awful
back in the day.
stuff.
He was like he was a shock jock back in the day.
Yeah.
And so he'd have people on, and
do you know
he'd be like,
Beetlejuice?
"Oh yes."
That like deformed little guy.
Yeah.
That Howard Stern's the reason Beetlejuice is like popular.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
nowadays, he's a little bit more renowned because he's been in the radio business.
Yeah.
For a long period of time, but back in the day, it was just kind of like, you know, people, the general populace would listen to him, and there were a lot of people that were like, "Oh, it's just trash. It's just shock jock stuff."
He's a
There were some
grifter.
people that were like, "Yeah, this is like you know, really counterculture or alternative, bleeding edge type stuff."
It's not. It's so not.
Like he's he's not afraid to be censored. He's doing like wild stuff. He's really pushing the envelope.
I bet he cries every time he gets censored. Dude, the problem with him, Dordle...
I cry every single time that Dordle gets us censored.
Yeah. The problem with him is that he'll just do the most, like, disgusting stuff. Like, he had a girl on there that was like, he's like, "So, when were you born?" She's like, "Oh, I was born, 17 and a half years ago or whatever." And he's like, "When do you turn 18? And then he gets her back on the show and has like a countdown clock for when she turns 18, like the split second. And then he gets her naked.
Oh yeah, that was the thing back in the 90s and early 2000s that was
Strange.
Really not great.
Yeah, not
and
cool.
I think that as a society we have moved away from it, or at least it's not as
I bet he hasn't,
publicly applauded. But I remember also like talking to friends in like high school and stuff like that when they were like, "Oh man, like the countdown for like the Olsen twins." I was like, "Do you honestly think like it's gonna be like 18? All right, we just hit 18 years old. The clock has struck midnight. Time to immediately like take off our clothes and run through the streets." They're not gonna do that. Like, also, it's not like, yes, the Olsen twins are 18 years old. They're immediately going to pivot to porn. Yeah. Like, it's not, that's not a thing. And also, you're not going to date and or fuck them. Like, you have no shot. Like, what do you care? Why do you care about this? It
is kind of weird.
And the guy was just like, I just want. Shut up, dude.
What else is allowed to do in the middle of Kentucky besides ogle the Olsen twins?
Hold on, wait, time out. Who? Oh yeah, I was gonna say who here is in the middle of Kentucky, but I forgot.
Me.
Yeah.
I like how you made that guy like a like. What is it, like a bumbling, like grunting maniac at the end of your story where he went like, you're like, "Shut up." It's freaking awful.
Definitely felt that way.
Yeah, I bet, dude. No, yeah, there are weirdos like that. But Howard Stern's he's just a piece of shit. I am a huge, I already forgot his name. But whatever that guy's name was, I'm a huge
Howard the Duck.
No, not Howard the Duck. The guy that we were talking about.
Tom Hanks.
No, I freaking hate Tom Hanks, dude. Who are we talking about?
Yeah, that's what we were trying to build to that. You went off on this long tangent about Howard Stern because you were like, some people just hate certain celebrities, and we were trying to loop it back to why you, for some inexplicable reason, hate Tom Hanks.
It's inexplicable. There's a reason. I don't like him. If I tell you the reason,
it's a personal reason. I don't want to get into it.
You're gonna think I'm like a foaming at the mouth schizoid maniac if I tell you the reason, so I can't. Okay, I just can't.
As compared to not thinking you're a schizomaniac because you won't tell us why you hate Tom Hanks. We just know that you absolutely do detest him for some reason.
I have my reasons, but I have a court order that I'm not allowed to discuss them.
Yeah. No, you'll hate me.
Okay, well, then you know what? I'll pick a different AI voice then for your sanity.
Make it Woody from Toy Story.
Toy Story.
God damn it!
It's Tom Hanks. Doesn't Tom Hanks play Woody?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna pick Tom Holland.
Who's that? Is that Spider-Man?
Some other. Yeah, that's one of the Spider-Men.
I shan't speak lest I sin. I was going to say something.
No, it's actually going to be Tom Green.
Isn't he a grifter too? No, who am I thinking of?
I don't know who you're thinking. You're probably thinking
They
Tom
made fun
Hanks.
of him on Clone High. Who is he?
Man, I haven't watched that show in a long time.
Yeah, Clone High
I
is
haven't
really
thought
funny.
about that show in forever.
The reboot sucks. Don't cancel me, Twitter, but the reboot sucks. I don't care that you put a woman with a mustache in it.
I don't actually know anything about Clone High. I never watched it.
It's
I've just
really
seen,
good.
Clips of JFK talking.
I remember
it's really
the
good.
first like couple of seasons when it came out on what was it on?
It was on
like,
MTV.
MTV, yeah.
It's like peak like MTV like angst, but it's also like a parody. So it's like it's like counterculture. You know what I mean? But it's really good.
Did you ever watch what was that other one? Total Drama Island.
Yeah,
I think
I watched
that
that
one
when it
may
came
have
out.
been.
Loved Total Drama Island.
I think that one may have been more geared towards kids.
Oh yeah, it was. I didn't watch
it's
Clone High.
like tweens.
I watched Clone High when I was in high school, like on YouTube.
I watched like the entire I watched like a reality TV show where I caught every episode like every weekend.
Yeah, me too. I watched it on
Did you
vacation.
have a betting pool with the other babies on the playground?
Yeah. We were betting fruit gusher snacks on like who would get voted off next.
I can't believe people didn't notice that. Yeah, I did. Crash. I did.
Sacrifice that poor baby.
There was
You
a
threw him
red
into the
mixed in
pit.
with the yellow, so I just threw him
threw a
into the
baby?
void. I threw him into the void.
Yeah.
Is it gonna
Who's that
bounce?
thing?
Yeah, there it goes.
Nice.
That thing can bounce off the edge.
Oh, some of
then you have
those
to
idiots
restart.
ran in the water. Get out of the water. Get out of the water.
Chill.
Get out of the pool.
You want to see something cool?
All right.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Sure.
What's this guy's doing?
I'm waiting.
Okay.
When is this gonna happen?
Did you see them
They're
jump?
mouse.
They were like jumping.
Yeah, they weren't going to their job.
All right, watch this. Watch this one. Grab on, stupid. We throw some blues in there, and then we throw some reds,
Okay.
and they're not gonna do it. I love this game. And then they die. Dude, what? They didn't do
Oh my
it.
god.
They're supposed to be like lifeguards.
Oh, they're supposed to save the.
They're trying.
But those
Dude, I
particular
hate this
red
game. I hate
Pikmin
this
were
game.
really
I hate
talking.
this game.
They were really talking shit, and so
Yeah, I
those
know.
blue
Right.
Pikmin are gonna let that red guy die.
I wanted to be really cool and be
It's-
like on. I wanted to get on Did You Know Gaming. That's all I've ever wanted was to be on Did You Know Gaming.
Yeah, I love how during this, like, check this out. I know everything about this game, and we just watch you just murder in cold-blooded malice a couple of little babies, and you were like, "Oh, that
They're
wasn't
not
supposed to
babies.
happen." little carrot babies.
Okay, we're about to beat this area.
Dude, did y'all know that baby carrots are just like leftover trash carrots? That
that's
they
what I
chop up
figured.
that
That's
way?
what I figured.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I asked my rabbi about that
the
one day,
man
and
would
that's what he
totally
told me.
believe.
Dordle knows the capital T truth behind baby carrots. He has a conspiracy
Yeah.
theory about baby carrots. I can't wait to hear
You're
it.
telling me it's more likely that they just chop little pieces of carrots off and sell them to you than that they selectively bred carrots to be really tiny.
That also have no skin
and grow
and have like
50
cut
million
marks on them.
baby carrots.
What's more likely? They grow one big carrot and chop it into 4 baby carrots, or they just grow baby carrots? What do you think they have some sort of like machine?
Those are just the
You think
young
they-
carrots. They pull them out of the ground early.
You think they're making a bunch of jobs, having people sit in factories and carve little baby carrots all day? No.
When I was a kid, that's really embarrassing. When I was a kid, I liked Pikmin, and I would go outside and I would pick like little spring onions out of the ground and throw them and pretend they were Pikmin.
That's okay.
Come
Me and my
on.
younger brother, when we were younger, we would go outside and we were big fans of Power Rangers, and we'd go outside and fight putties in the front yard. Except by fighting putties, I mean we would just throw punches
What's
in
a
the
putty?
air. The putties, the putties were the main like kind of like grunt bad guys from the original Power Rangers. The Rita Repulsa, who is the main villain in the first villain arc, would make these little clay men and then bake them, and they turn into putty men, and they would go down to Earth, and the Power Rangers would fight them, and they break apart into like pieces. And my younger brother and I would be out in the yard just like throwing punches in the air. pretending we were fighting putties, and like anybody who was in the neighborhood that would drive by would just look at these two children just like losing it in the front yard in masks and belts with like plastic daggers. We were real cool.